Welcome everyone. The purpose of this video lecture will be to go through ILearn 3 to sort of give you an overview of the website and how to find things, as well as go through each of the different assignments that the course consists of. And I want to again remind you, this is my first semester teaching in ILearn 3, and this is probably many of the students your first time with ILearn 3. And so throughout the semester, I will be patient with you, and I hope you're patient with me as we try to work out glitches. Thankfully, my supervisors have had one semester prior of switching over, transitioning to ILearn 3, so they have a lot of advice and guidance for me that I will then put forth in this course. But there may be some things that we just don't know about yet. And so the university as a whole, with the online courses, is asking for just an increased amount of patience as we make this transition. So when you log in to child development, this will be the page that you see. So right here, there's the introduction with some pictures, and you may have seen, I think I used these pictures in the video lecture as well to introduce myself, but there's some information. This will always show up here. I will also post more announcements throughout the course, and so if there's an announcement, they will post right here when you first log in to ILearn 3. They will also be emailed to you, so there's a couple different ways that you'll see them. On the right side here, you'll see the upcoming events, and this is where the due dates will appear. There is one due date that does not appear in the calendar, and I'm working on a way to get it to appear, but I'll tell you about that in a little bit. And there'll be email reminders and things like that. So now we will go into content, and this is where you will find basically all the elements of the course. So under the welcome category right here that's highlighted, there's the course syllabus, which I encourage you to read over. The course schedule, which let's pull up that. This course schedule has the due dates written, as well as all the assignments that are due on that day, and the unit. So this is Unit 1, Unit 2, 3, it goes down 4, and 5. I do want to make mention, just because of the way of how the semester works, this due date for Unit 2 is on Memorial Day, and this due date is on the 4th of July. I know that those are typically school holidays, but because of the online part of our class, I'm going to keep those due dates as they are, so we're not going to change them, mainly because of my grading. I only have 7 days to grade all the assignments, and it can be a bit of a struggle sometimes, and so I need to keep those due dates where they are. And then also the final exam due date is at the very bottom. So I encourage you to either print this off or save it to your computer, take note of it, write them in your calendar, your planner, your phone, whatever you have. The other thing I want to go over is the specific course policies. They are right here. Once again, I do accept late work, and it's penalized. So every day it's passed, so past the due date, I will deduct 10% per day, up to 5 days, meaning that you can get 50% of the maximum amount of points if it's 5 days late. The forgiveness policy, again, this just relates, you can request one extension per semester. It does not apply to the discussion board or the final exam. So right here it says that it applies to the other 3 assignments, observations and development, reflective journal, and the Dear Abby letters. You must ask for this extension before the due date. I won't accept it 2 days after and say, oh, I forgot to ask. It has to be before, and it is a 5-day extension. It's a one-time use. Again, grading, all assignments will be graded within 7 days and posted on ILearn. Proofreading. You are in a college course, and I expect college level writing skills. If I cannot understand the sentence structure, the sentence or the paragraph, or there's so many misspelled words, I'll start to deduct points. Basically, if there's, I understand that sometimes I make mistakes too. I don't want this to be perfect, but if there is a consistent problem that I'm having a hard time reading, then I will deduct a point for every error that I find. we're going to go back to the welcome. So there's other policies and documents, support centers from the university, so you can look through those. Then as you go through, here's the introduction. Again, it's the schedule, the course overview, course syllabus, the same things again, and a pre-test that you need to take. I would take this during the first week of the semester, which is April 18th through the 24th. The first unit starts April 25th. So when you click on the first unit, you'll see all this pops up, and all the assignments are in here, which is important to note. So what you're going to do is, if you have any questions, you can click on this discussion topic and post a question and I'll respond, or you can email me. Then there's the introduction to the class again. So what you're going to do is, as you work through this course, you're going to click on each of these. This again gives you an overview of all the things in chapter 1. So we'll go back to chapter 1. There we go. There's these fact or fiction quizzes that you need to take, as well as the reading checks that you need to take. So they're highlighted. You can tell that you need to take those because there's a due date. Then through each of these, you're going to open each of them, and it will give you instructions. So right here it says read the following pages, and then there's a journal question. These journal questions relate directly to the reflective journal assignment. And I'll show you where that is as I get into so you will continue doing that. Sometimes, again, this is just asking you to read pages. Sometimes in the textbook, sometimes there will be, let me see if I can find one, a video to watch, or a lecture, or additional resources to look through. And so you would click on this and it would pull up a video. If you find that a video does not work, you need to contact me. I will not accept the excuse in an assignment of I can't get the video to work without contacting me. You will lose points for that. So please make sure that you do that. Then you'll take the reading check. Then I want to go to the assignment. So there's 3 more chapters in this unit to go through. Now the assignments, there's a collaborative quest, which is a discussion board, every unit. And for this unit, you can read the instructions. It's just an introduction to yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, post a picture, and then also answer these 4 questions for me. And your first initial post, so your introduction post, is due 1 week, within the first week of the unit. And that is the assignment that is not on the course's calendar. You will not see a reminder of that. So I will send an email reminding you. So for example, the first unit starts April 25th, Monday, April 25th. Your initial post will be due Monday, May 2nd. Then after you make the initial post to receive full credit, you will need to submit 2 additional responses to your peers, asking questions, making connections with them, anything goes for that. In future units, they'll be topic related. So one unit is on self-image or body image and self-esteem. Another unit is on stranger danger education. So you'll be writing and researching a topic and posting. And so when you add responses to your peers, you'll be trying to continue the discussion. This takes the place of a classroom setting where professors would have a discussion going on with the students. So these are really important to take the active learning into play here. The next is Dear Abby letters. So this is the next assignment. The minimum word count is 2,200, and I'll edit this, but so just focus on 2,200. The minimum word count is 2,200. If you do not meet that, I will deduct points. So keep that in mind, that your total document needs to be 2,200 words or more. Not per answer, the whole document. So if you type it all up and do the word count, I need to see 2,200 or more. So you will download this file, and there are a collection of questions. And again, you respond to 3 questions from each chapter. So there'll be 9 total questions. You can pick any 3 out of each chapter. And they're Dear Abby letters. So there's a letter saying, you know, asking about some things, and you're going to use your knowledge from the course to answer those questions. This whole assignment is worth 50 points. So keep that in mind. The next assignment is observations and development. And you're going to, I went to the wrong, hold on, let me go back one. Here it is. So you go to the instructions page, you open up the study guide, and here you're invited to watch 2 videos, and on the study guide you'll notice that there's questions relating to those videos. So here's the video link, and then there's some questions about it, and then there's a video link with a question about it. So you would fill these in, you know, short answer responses, and then submit that to the drop box, which is right here, this little symbol. The last assignment is the reflective journal, and this is what I was talking about when I was saying that there were journal questions under each unit or each chapter. They correlate with this document. So you'll notice the scientific method calls for hypothesis testing and study replication. How was this carried out in the SIDS study? So I'm going to minimize this and go back. Hang on with me here. I'm going to show you where this correlates to, because hopefully this will help you as you work on the assignment. So I'm going to go to right here. So here is the question again. Why I show you this is because the easiest, most efficient way of working through this assignment, the reflective journal assignment, is not to go through each of these and read all the pages and do all the activities and watch all the videos and then open up the reflective journal assignment, because you will find yourself having to backtrack to watch the movies again, to read the pages again. So I would encourage you to print this or save this or have this up on your computer as you're going through each of these units, each of these chapters. Because now I would recommend that you read pages 3 through 10 and fill out this question. And then I would recommend you go back and you go to the next chapter, next section, you read these pages and you answer the question on the reflective journal, which is question number 2. That is the most efficient way of doing this. One thing about this class is it is time consuming. If you procrastinate till the day of the due date, you will struggle getting everything done. So that's why I show you what I think is the most efficient way of doing this. This is the same for every unit. Nothing changes. So let's go back to unit 1. Again, so the reflective journal, each question is worth a different amount of points, and I will email like a rubric or how many points each question is, so you know how many points I'm looking for. Basically, if a question has, like right here, name 2 examples of each of the systems, and there is a total of 4 systems. So this question is worth, I believe, 5 points. So you get 1 point for each system, and then 1 point for answering this last question. So there's a plethora of questions here. Make sure that you answer all aspects of it. And these are the same for every unit. You can finish going to the assignments, and then you would save it and submit it to the reflective journal. These, as I said, these are the same for every unit. So if we go to Unit 2 and we open up the Unit 2 activities, it's the same thing. There's a collaborative quest, there's Dear Abby letters, observations and development, and a reflective journal. It stays the same. I hope this clears up ILearn 3 a little bit more as far as the assignments, and hopefully that helps a little bit.